Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I don't think enough of you are buying the KISW baseball shirt because it was a good luck charm. I remember it was. We were undefeated almost.
Yep.
We were the
came out strong.
team.
Sales came out strong.
Yep.
And now what's happening?
And yeah. So I think if you want to be true to the blue, or you want to be back in the black, because we have both colors, go to the Rock Shop right now. Buy the KISW baseball shirt. Hey, look, even if this season turns out to be a dog, you're going to look great. Go to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, but we've got to pump it up for Monday. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah, buddy. Everyone, get out there and get pumped up. All right,
Because
sure.
I just said it's Monday.
So you got to do that. If you say so, buddy. All right. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Taylor in Tacoma to take on Steve. Taylor, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am, my friend.
Excellent. What is he playing for today, Steve?
Up for grabs, tickets to see Weezer. They're at the Washington State Fair on September 1st. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want tickets, they're available now through thefair.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Taylor will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Taylor, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
In Disney's Cinderella, how many evil stepsisters does Cinderella have?
2.
Yes. What year of the 80s did Madonna release her hit song Material Girl?
87.
No.
85.
No.
84.
Yes. Chianti is what type of alcohol?
Bourbon.
No.
Vodka.
No.
Gin.
No. The animated film Brave is set in what country?
Scotland.
Yes. What was the name of Florence Henderson's character on the Brady Bunch?
Here's the story of a lovely lady.
Oh, God, I didn't watch the kids. Mrs. Brady.
No.
Alice.
No.
Oh, very close, though.
Allison.
No.
no,
Monterey Bay is located on the coast of what U.S. state?
Florida?
No. Well, Taylor, you got 3 correct.
Yeah.
I think some of them just might have been before your time, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes
I'm
it's just
young.
Not a problem, buddy.
My
That
dad's
happened.
giving me a death glare from the left of me right now. He's like,
That's
"You're
amazing.
stupid."
Dad, you should have helped him out.
Sorry about that.
Come on, Randy.
Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
In Disney's Cinderella, how many evil stepsisters does Cinderella have?
3.
No.
2.
Yes. What year of the 80s did Madonna release her hit song Material Girl?
84.
Yes. Chianti
Why do
is
I know
a
that?
type of what alcohol?
Isn't that like a hot sauce?
No.
Yeah.
A Chianti. It's a wine.
Yes.
Nice.
The animated
Chianti.
film Brave is set in what country?
Africa.
No.
America.
No.
Russia.
No. What was the name of Florence Henderson's character on the Brady Bunch?
She was Carol Brady.
Yes.
Here's the story.
Monterey Bay is located on the coast of what U.S. state?
Who?
Monterey Bay is located on the coast of what U.S. state?
California.
Yes. What was George Washington's wife's name?
Barbara.
No.
That was you're so bad.
Yes.
You're so bad.
Algeria.
I mean it.
Algeria is the largest country by area on what continent?
Africa.
Yes. How many horns did a triceratops have?
1.
No.
3.
Yes. What Netflix series starred the character Piper Chapman?
Peter Piper picked a pepper.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You win 8-3.
Oh, man. I would have beat Steve again today. Sorry, Taylor.
Well, you weren't Taylor.
There goes Taylor, everybody.
Yeah. Taylor is a youngin', so he missed a lot of those older questions like Florence Henderson.
Yeah.
Didn't know that Chianti was a wine, which I know from Silence of the Lambs, and that's about it.
That's where it triggered in my head. I'm like, oh, Chianti.
Yeah, that's exactly how he sounded.
Yeah. Oh, the poor millennial couldn't beat Steve.
It's true.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
But he did know that Brave was set in Scotland.
Yeah.
Braveheart.
Kind of like Braveheart, yes.
Damn it.
Yeah.
But not really. And then the Netflix series that starred the character Piper Chapman.
Vicky knows this.
Orange is the New Black.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the first 2 seasons.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, it really made an impression on you.
Wasn't that the crazy woman?
No,
Piper
Piper's
was
the lead character.
Yeah, she was the one who goes in there for
okay.
whatever she did. I forgot.
I like how like the crazy woman, as opposed to all the other crazy women that are in that.
You mean the woman called Crazy Eyes? Yeah, that's her name, Crazy Eyes.
No, I was thinking the other woman, the one that had like the meth little like super religious woman. The fight scene chick.
Yeah.
And I can't remember her name right now either.
Pennsyltucky?
Yeah.
Pennsyltucky.
Something like that.
The one with the teeth, right? The messed up
Yeah.
teeth. Dude, by the way, she's a beautiful woman. She does a great job, and they make her up look good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen her publicity shots, like, on IMDb. She's gorgeous. They really ugly her up for that show. And she uglies herself up with her personality. She's an amazing actor.
Yeah. They have a really good run, I think, in the 3rd or 4th season that is really amazing. But yeah.
Whoa. Oh, that's Taryn Manning?
Yeah.
I don't know who Taryn Manning is.
Oh, yeah, she's hot. I'm a fan of Taryn Manning.
She does look a lot better when she's not, prison-filled meth mouth there.
Have you seen Taryn Manning other stuff? Because I don't know if I
can't remember
have.
what, but
She was in that crappy Britney Spears movies, Crossroads, and she was in 8 Mile, I believe.
that's right, 8 Mile.
But yeah, it was Pennsyltucky.
Okay.
And the girl that, I don't know, the girl that plays the sort of like raspy-voiced lesbian in there, and
Big Boo?
no, she's a smaller girl, but the raspy voice one.
Nikki.
Yeah, well, Nikki's done some great sketches with. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the female comic that's got her show on Comedy Central. Come on, she's the
Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer, yeah, she's done some great skits with Amy Schumer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Her name is Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah, Natasha Lyonne. Yeah, she's really funny. She's really good too.
We're getting super deep on Orange is the New Black. I didn't expect that.
Dude, they had that one episode where they sang, or they did like a play or something, and you just realize how friggin' talented all those actors are. Like, they do such a great job portraying like they're really these prisoners that, look like they haven't done anything but been in prison on their whole life. Then you see them singing and dancing or whatever for that talent show, and you go, God, they are like, they had to be like just going to performing arts school and they're just super damn talented, all those folks.
Apparently Taryn Manning was also in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to go.
or somebody that we've been talking about was in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out.
Thanks,
because
yeah.
I wonder who the heck she was in Sons of Anarchy, because I can't pull up her face.
She was Rita Cherry Zambell.
Oh, good old Rita Cherry Zambell.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. The season where they went
call yourself a fan.
I know, they went to Ireland, and that season's kind of foggy to me.
Blame it on the Irish.
Yeah, I am going to blame it on the Irish. I wonder if she was part of that whole scene. I can't remember. Damn.
Congratulations, Steve. You won Beat Migs with 8 correct.
Good job, Stevie.
There's a picture of her in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, you know what? I would never recognize that's the same actor. That does not look anything
color
like
hair.
Yeah, everything is different about her. Wow.
Not her lips.
Yeah, don't. Wow, dude, jeez, that went down a road.
I think she has nice lips.
Yeah,
I'm just commenting on her lips.
Yes, well, you keep doing it, but it doesn't make it any less creepy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I mean, she's a pretty girl. I give her that.
nice lips.
With really, I guess, yeah. Well, what you would get 8 right, didn't you? Caller number 8.
That's right.
If you have nice lips, you can win this prize. Caller number 8, 206-421-ROCK. Oh, you just got to be caller number 8. All right, caller number 8, 206-421-ROCK. Boom,
bam.
All right, so I got a new survey, and unsurprisingly, since we're talking about millennials, because the poor dude, the millennial dude, did not do well on the quiz.
You should try harder next time.
Yeah. Millennials are way worse at a lot of basic jobs around the house than their parents, according to this new survey. Wow. Only 60% of millennials can sew a button versus 93% of their parents. I guess I'm a millennial because I can't sew a button.
Wait, how? Oh, my gosh. It's so easy. All you do is put the damn needle through the hole a couple of times, and then you sew in a button.
Yeah.
Look at your button. You telling me you can't sew that?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I would take it to somebody.
You would take that to somebody?
I would.
Oh, man. See, I grew up...
Yeah.
Do it.
I grew up sewing outfits for my wrestling action figures.
Steve, you are my new hero.
Wow.
I love this.
Okay.
I made one. He was the New Jersey Devil. So I had to make a New Jersey Devils jersey. So I got the fabric and I sewed it all.
Jeez, you know what? Your poor father is like, what the hell is he doing?
I wanted a son.
Did you actually go and get the fabric, or did you like steal some of your brother's clothes and use that?
I would grab clothes in the basement, or whoever's clothes, and cut it up and sew it together.
How did you not get a job as a tailor at least? At least I'd be thinking, all right, maybe my kid's going to grow up and have a fine clothing store.
But still to this day, we're playing hockey. I'm always tearing, because I'm dealing with sharp blades that hit my hockey gear. So sometimes I slice up a piece of my goalie equipment and then I got to grab the sewing needle and
look at you, buddy.
patch it up. And whenever my wife has issues with any of her clothes and needs a quick sewing, she's like, hey, can my seamstress take care of this? I'm like, you got it.
Oh, I love that. Right. I love that. See,
let the man take control of this situation.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? Then your wife,
easy.
But your wife fits the thing because she brings it to you. She's like, it's just I'm an old millennial. Apparently,
she just does that because she's like, well, that's something he can actually do.
Yeah,
I don't trust him doing anything else in the house, but I know he can sew my buttons.
A little more than half of millennials can fix a blown fuse. Now I don't. When they say fix a blown fuse,
you mean replacing it?
Well, a fuse. Wait, oh no, yeah, that's different than a breaker. Oh yeah, you just screw it in, screw it out. But how many people are using fuses anymore?
I mean,
you know what I mean? Most of us now have breakers, right?
I mean, at least can I wish this thing would say can at least those other 45%, go on YouTube and figure it out.
I don't know if unless you have an old school house, do you need it? I mean, who has a fuse box anymore? It's got to be old school homes. I mean, if you're on the West Coast, I don't think anyone's got a fuse box, do they?
Somebody wants to know, Steve, can you please show us pictures of these clothes that you've made? If I go home and my parents didn't throw away all my action figures, I will check. And if I do, I will definitely take a picture and share them with everybody.
Dude, but 34% of millennials, only 34% can cook a meal from scratch. I can't either. Don't laugh at me, Danny.
What?
Can you read?
It's not that hard.
You don't. Hey, hold on a second. I take a pill now.
I'm not asking. I don't think we're asking for you to make like an elaborate meal, but can't you read the directions on a recipe?
I'm being honest. I would like to lie to you because I know I look like an imbecile, but I'm just telling you I have never cooked a meal from scratch.
And then people bring up a very good point. I was thinking that as well. There's fuses in cars as well, BJ. So it's not like as if
well, see, I never even look at my car. Forget about it.
Well,
I didn't even know there were fuses in cars. So what do I know about that? I'm a millennial car driver too. Only 62% can check the tire pressure on their car. So can I. I know how to.
Oh my gosh, good for you.
I don't know how to change a tire, but I know how to do it.
You don't?
I don't think I have the upper body strength to get the nuts off.
Yes, you do.
And
you could totally pull those nuts.
You don't know how weak I am, dude. I mean,
use your foot.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah, you put your weight into it.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
That's why those things are crossed.
Oh, I have been on the side of the road and I just go.
Just kind of lay your foot down in it. It breaks the seal, and then you're good to go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I hardly ever feel like a man, but I feel pretty good with this conversation.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's the listeners on the loose. Where you pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. But do remember, when you call in, Steve has this rule, and that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, we are goggling you, and then we're going to have to say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
Earlier, we were talking about Tom Brady, how he tried chewing tobacco as a kid and got sick and barfed and said never again, basically. So we were taking calls and texts from people who something similar happened in their life where they tried it once and said never again. One person texted and said, I tried stripping for 10 months. Decided just wasn't for me.
Well, 10 months, though. She gave it a shot.
Oh, that's signed the Rev.
Oh, the Rev. Oh, wow. That's he doesn't do anything for 10 months.
How about this one? LSD, one and done. Tripped out, laying upside down, head facing the bottom on the stair, crying and shaking. Never again.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the same kind of trip as ayahuasca. I never have done LSD, but what they tell me, it feels like it is.
I feel like there's probably qualities are similar, like those moments of just like intensity, but I mean, from all the stories I'm hearing about ayahuasca, there's really not any fun moments. Like, you're never like giggling and uncontrollable.
Do you ever come down from LSD and have like a cool high?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, in the middle of the first part of the ayahuasca, there's no giggling, there's no fun. It's intense.
It's like I've experienced even like mushrooms, where it's like there's those moments where like it's like a roller coaster ride. Truly, I mean, like there are moments where you're having like this deep spiritual moment with yourself, and it's heavy, and it's maybe you're even crying, and then there's other moments where it's scary, and you're in a corner like wishing this would end and promising God you'll never do anything bad in your life ever again if you could just get me off of this damn trip. And then there are times where you're just laughing uncontrollably at a tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that didn't. It was the deep moments, the scary moments. There was no laughing for me. There was none of that. It was just deep and scary, deep and scary, deep and scary. Then it was euphoric, but like after about 5 or 6 hours of deep and scary.
It's funny. There's a wrestler, Matt Sydal, who used to wrestle in the WWE as Evan Bourne, but he got let go. His career wasn't going anywhere. He went to the jungle in Peru.
Oh, nice.
The plant medicine is pretty phenomenal because it changed his life not only in his personal way but also in his professional way. Like he tried ayahuasca a few times, and it didn't do anything for him. So then he did, is it like Washuga? Or?
Wachuma.
Wachuma, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Wachuga, it's like a beef.
So he tried that, and that worked.
And that's where he had his awakening. And that's why he's called Reborn Matt Sydal, because of the journey that he went on. I guess after he finishes with Defy, he's going back to Peru for reasons I don't know. I think to wrestle. No, but maybe other things as well. But
that's so wild.
Yeah,
I wonder if he got a heavier version of Wachuma, because the Wachuma is what they gave us to get us ready for the ayahuasca that we had.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's so interesting.
So his was reversed.
His was reversed. Yeah,
ayahuasca didn't do anything for him, he said, but the Wachuma did. And that's where he saw his career going in a whole different way, and it changed his whole life.
There was one dude in our group of about, I think, 40 people where it did nothing.
I'm going to, because I'm probably going to get to interview him. I'm going to have to ask him about all that, because that's kind of cool. I'll probably be the only guy that does a wrestling interview with him where we don't even talk about wrestling. We just talk about plant medicine.
Yeah, and he went to Peru. It makes me wonder if he went to like the same lodge I went to, because this was a pretty cool lodge where they always had ceremonies for everybody.
Yeah, he had like a shaman or something like that.
Oh, they call them ayahuasqueros or shamans, yeah.
Ayahuasqueros?
Yeah, dude.
That sounds like a gang.
Oh, dude,
we're the ayahuasqueros.
And they blow the real tobacco. Like, these guys were smoking and blowing real tobacco, and real tobacco, the smell of real tobacco is so good.
I've known people that have done plant medicine and ayahuasca and now smoke just pure tobacco and never smoked before.
Yeah.
But it must be because of that.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's nothing like a cigarette. Cigarette smoke tastes nothing like when they burn tobacco and however they were doing it. Mm-hmm. It was a sweet smell. Now I get why people love tobacco, because pure tobacco, it's a good smell.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It still blows my mind that you went to Peru. It
blows my own mind, dude.
Yeah. It's like, looking back on it, it's still, the more I get to know you, it seems even more insane.
There's no way I would do it, which is why I can't believe I did it. Yeah. But I went with people I trusted, and they found people they trusted, and it was a great experience.
Somebody said, speaking of tripping on LSD, 25 years ago, I was running through the woods at night in the summer in shorts and ran through a huge blackberry bush and didn't even care. Woke up in the morning with bloody legs. Never again.
Yeah.
Somebody says, I'm going to Peru. How do I find out about this ayahuasca stuff? Is there a place to go?
If you go on Facebook, search for Diego Palma, P-A-L-M-A. Palma. That's the guy that we went to, and I think he's still doing it. And he's on Facebook, so search for that name, Diego Palma, P-A-L-M-A.
So how does that work? Do you, like, PayPal him or...
Well, I went through a group. So
Okay.
a group and a group called Sacred Journeys took us there, and so they set it all up. It was basically like a tour, but we got an ayahuasca tour. It was great. And then when
Where are we going river rafting? Why do I see my own death?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I didn't handle any of that. And then I went with my buddy Satien. When you go with him, you don't just do the normal tour. He takes you like to all the cool backwoods, like where all the locals would go.
Oh, wow.
So it was a great experience.
How many people were with you in that whole situation?
40.
40 of you.
40 of us, yeah.
And how many do you know offhand? How many was that their first time?
Yeah.
All of them?
I would say 80% never done ayahuasca, at least, if not everybody. Yeah, it was trippy. But I was like the only guy that never had done drugs. And so Satyen was worried about that. He was like, I got to be cool with you because you've never done anything. Some people done mushrooms. And he was like, what have you done? I go, nah, man. He was like, oh, damn, I wonder what this is going to be like for you.
I once had too much Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, that's it. But I was fine. It was like he was worried about me, and I actually had, and I was okay. I was the only one that they didn't purge because they give you a bucket to throw up in. Mm-hmm. And I was the only one out of the 40 of us that didn't throw up the entire time.
Wow, sounds like our Vegas trip.
Yeah.
We have a bucket to puke in.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's so trippy. You will throw up. They tell you, here's the bucket. I won't need it. No, you'll need it. And really, everybody did throw up.
Could it be because you went into it like just fully open in the sense, like, that everyone who's tried like acid or mushrooms might have went into it thinking like kind of cocky in a sense, like, oh, I've hallucinated, I've experienced this in a sense, like,
I was scared.
I can handle this. Whereas you were probably going into it like, I need to be mentally ready for this.
Yeah, and he did a great job. He got us mentally ready. And I don't, as far as like basically riding the wave of the trip. When you say it's like terror, he was like, remember your breathing exercises. That's why when you do this with the right person rather than just dropping acid, we were training a week before we actually did the ayahuasca. And even the Wachuma was supposed to be like, here's a little bit of what it might feel like, but this isn't the real plant you're going to be using. That's why I can't believe Wachuma got that dude.
I'm pretty sure it was Wachuma that he said, which I thought was interesting.
But there are different strains like tea. They can give you, obviously more power than a punch of the tea. Who knows?
Could have been accidentally that they switched around.
I have no clue.
I mean, maybe the wrong tea bag he gave him?
Who knows?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I remember this one dude, and he was the littlest dude out of all of us. So, we were all drinking the same amount of tea, and you would think maybe the biggest guy, it wouldn't affect like alcohol, it takes more to get some. The littlest dude, nothing happened for him. And the biggest dude, it was like he took a sip and he was gone.
They should charge tickets, have a little balcony set up of anyone else wants to come and watch you guys.
I would love to see a film of it. You're right. I wonder what because
I'm sure that would kind of ruin the experience for some of you though, if you had a bunch of people as spectators.
Dude, you know what? I wouldn't have known. Wow, dude! I'm telling you, it is trippy. Like I lost all touch with reality. You could have had people in front of me I wouldn't have known. It was that's how far gone I was.
Would you ever do it again?
I don't have a desire to do it again, but I'm not ruling out doing it again. And like your friend, no doubt about it, it changed my life, and I feel like for the better. Yeah. So and so it would be kind of cool to do it again, but I think I'd have to be like. Because it took 2 weeks. It takes to me, it was a 2-week commitment to go out there and prepare and everything. But it was an amazing thing, man.
Yeah, it sounds like even without all that, it would have been a pretty awesome experience to be in the jungle.
Oh, it was nuts. It was like the movies. It's like I'm on the goddamn Amazon River, and there's nothing around, nothing. It's like
were you singing the Survivor song in your head? Yeah,
I was thinking, you know what? If I fall out of this boat, they're not going to get a doctor in time. I'm done.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Sean in Anderson Island. Sean, you are on The Rock.
All right, just so you know, it's John, not Sean.
Oh, sorry, John. What you got for us, buddy?
No problem. Hey, I was listening. Well, I always listen to your show. I do rounds first thing in the morning, and so I catch the BJ show. And anyhow, you guys are talking about sex life.
Yes. Tell us about your sex life,
and all
John.
that business, right?
What's that again?
I hooked up with a gal on the island a couple years ago, and I'm 50.
All right.
She's 60.
Oh, look at her robbing the cradle.
I don't think she's cougar yet, but anyhow, I can't say anything better about our sex life.
Wow. So now
we're on it.
So I have to ask you a question, John, because again, I'm going through this, but I imagine she's already gone through menopause. How is it that she's interested in sex? And give me the clue so I can bring that information back to the right people.
Well, I can't answer that honestly. I just know that she's very sexual. I'm very sexual. We're both Libras. Oh, hey, don't go through this, John.
So how many times a week would you say you guys are doing what you're doing?
4 to 5.
Oh, nice. Look at that. That's even above the Vicky record. That's really...
And no hips broken or anything like that.
None of that.
And actually, this week, earlier, what was it? Friday, it was in the evening and in the morning, and then Saturday was in the evening and the morning. So,
all right,
yeah,
John, you got to do me a favor.
Was that before or after you played bingo?
Sorry. I'm not that far away from that age, buddy.
You're older.
Yeah. Jesus.
Who told you that? Who told you we have bingo every Wednesday night on the island?
Yeah,
hey, I'm in, man.
I hear bingo's actually kind of fun.
Yeah, our buddy Craig Guest goes to Vegas, and he's like, you guys want to go gambling? And I'm thinking he wants to go play, poker or blackjack or roulette. And he's like, oh, no, I meet up with these old people, and I play bingo.
Dude,
I'm in.
It's so true, because Craig, he wasn't kidding. He said, I have a blast playing bingo with these folks. And he says, they're hardcore.
Yeah, with a bunch of old ladies. He hangs out and plays bingo in Vegas.
Freaking Craig Gass. He's everywhere.
Exactly right. And last week, she won 2 games for $104.
All right, there you go. Wow, bingo and sex 5 times a week. I think you got the perfect woman.
Yeah. Emphasis on the O.
Yeah.
We do go to the casino once in a while.
All right, John, here's what I need you to do for me, okay?
Oh, God.
Since you don't know, you can tell us this is an awkward question, but you're doing it for your buddy BJ. Ask her if she's gone through menopause, and ask her, did her sex life go down or her desire, and what did she do? Because I need this information for a friend.
Well, I would have to walk over.
You can do it later, not today.
No, if he could ask her now. Let's do this on the air.
Oh, you could ask her now? If you're willing to do it now, sure.
I can kind of tell you the previous relationship maybe it wasn't as great, just like my previous relationship, so it wasn't happening very often.
So what's the difference with this one? Because if she's 60 years old, chances are she's been through it. Yeah, so what's the secret?
She's been through it. Yeah, she was through it before I met her. I guess some people just really enjoy it, and
that's not a good. You're telling me it's you and you're an enjoyable person. That's not going to work for me because I'm not enjoyable. All right, thanks for the call, John.
I just love that I joke about them playing bingo, and he's like, "Oh no, she won a bunch of money. I'm playing bingo." That was so awesome.
Well, dude, you get to that demographic, bingo is the jam for people. What are you going to do?
I'd like to buy an O.
All right, I'd like to buy an O myself.
Thanks.
I'd like to buy an O, Rev.
Bingo's still bomb. We've done it every once in a while.
Bingo's so bomb.
Thanks, Rev.
Okay, yeah, once it comes out of my mouth and I listen to myself saying it, maybe it sounds a little goofy.
Let's all go play bingo sometime.
Yeah. They got BJ's.
Wow, Jesus,
they got BJ's down in Fife. They've got the Tulalip up north. There's plenty of places to play bingo.
I can't believe how Danny and Vicky are excited to do this. You're young people. You're not supposed to want to hang out with those old folks.
Oh, wait. Are you allowed to drink when you play bingo?
I would imagine
generally,
so.
yes.
Hell yeah!
If not, we've got flasks for a reason.
Yeah, good point.
Or fill up the Snapple with some vodka.
Okay, buddy, you've got the plan.
I just feel like everyone gets all excited, especially if they win. And even if you don't win, you get excited for the little old lady with the curly hair who just won.
And it is mindless. Unless people are playing like 14 cards at once, which you see those dabbers just go insane.
Oh, that means we have to get dabbers.
Yeah, but
maybe
those
smoke a dab before we go and play.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah, you're going to be great. You'll be dabbing everything but the right letter. You'll be like, I got bingo. No, you don't, Steve. No, this time I do. No, you don't, Steve.
Typically, you're old when we see someone just staring and drooling.
Yeah, not Steve.
Not Steve.
All right, Steve, it's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Let's go to James in Olympia. James, you are on the Rock.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. James, what you got for me, buddy?
Earlier you guys were talking about the weird piece of memorabilia that you keep or whatever.
So how about you? What do you got?
Well, years ago, I was seeing a band called Nineveh, and they super hardcore heavy metal stuff, and I was front row at the show, and the lead singer had taken this big old piece of steel that looked like a sword and welded their band name into it, and then welded it to their mic stand. So as I'm up front, going crazy, the welds on the mic stand break, and it falls straight across my back.
Oh!
And the drummer comes and finds me after the show and gives me this big, huge steel sword and tells me to take it home.
Oh, how about
That's
that?
awesome.
That's cool. And you didn't get damaged by the sword, because, swords can kind of cut you.
It was just it wasn't sharp. It was just a big, heavy piece of steel, but it bruised my back up pretty bad. But,
damn, dude.
It was a metal show. It was worth it.
You still have it?
Oh, yeah. It sits at my house. I call it trouble, and if anybody comes looking for trouble, there it is.
There you go.
That must have been a weird commute home, though, when you have this giant sword. I don't know if you had to take public transportation or walk or get in a cab.
Oh, yeah, I had a couple of weird looks as I was walking out to my car in the middle of Seattle with this big steel sword looking like,
Yeah, he's not up to no good, that guy. He's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let him keep moving. Appreciate the call, James. That's awesome.
The texter showed a great story. This story is pretty incredible about Ken Griffey Jr. More often than not, you always hear good stories about Ken with kids, but not so much with adults.
That's true.
This story's cool, though. Long time ago in the early 90s, Ken Griffey Jr. was driving his Porsche in Eastgate, waiting at a light when a girl rear-ended him. The girl was all upset since it was her fault and everything, and then she gets out of the car holding her head, and then she sees that she hit Ken Griffey Jr. and starts freaking out even more. Of course, she was driving a beater and had no insurance. Griffey's Porsche rear end was wiped out, tail and all. Long story short, Griffey bought her a new car.
Whoa.
I'd never heard that
That's
story
not
before.
how I expected it. This is a texter saying this happened?
Yeah.
I'd never heard that story before. He gets
Signed Ken Griffey's PR department. No,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
He gets rear-ended. She's got no insurance, and he buys her a new car. It's her fault.
She must have been hot.
Yeah, Steve, that's kind of what I would be thinking, because he doesn't like adults. I don't know if he likes adults or not, but I never heard a good adult story about Ken Griffey Jr.
But then again, most of the stories we hear about Ken Griffey Jr. not liking adults is because it's like a guy trying to get an autograph, and he was questioning whether or not the guy's intentions were to sell the autograph.
That may be. Yeah.
If that's true, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's very incredible. I want that verified. That seems like an Oprah move.
Yeah, now all of us, whenever we see Ken Griffey Jr., we're all going to try and rear-end him.
Yeah, and that's when we're not even driving. But anyway, he bought her a car.
Someone says, on my 21st birthday, I saw Gallagher, and he closed the show. I was on stage with him smashing watermelons. He signed my trash bag that I was wearing. I still have it, from Rose in Tacoma. Have you ever seen Gallagher live?
Not live. I always wanted to, and then I don't know what happened.
I'd even be okay with seeing Gallagher, too.
Yeah, because Gallagher won. Is he still doing it, or is he done? Is he even alive?
I don't know. Danny, do you even know, Vicky, do you know Gallagher?
I only know him from cartoon references.
Oh, he used to be this comic, but it was all prop-based.
He was Carrot Top before Carrot Top.
Yeah, I just know about the watermelons and that you have to wear a trash bag. That's all I really knew. I didn't know he actually did comedy on top of that.
Oh, yeah, he would do comedy, and he had a sledge-o-matic that was a giant wooden hammer, and he would just crush things and would get into the crowd. People would wear tarps. It was like a Guar concert with jokes.
Yeah.
But then his brother decided to make money off of... This is a crazy story. His brother decided to make money off of the name and started touring as Gallagher, the number 2.
Yeah, very bizarre.
And was doing his same shtick, but for a cheaper price. And there's this big issue between the two of them.
That is so bizarre that you go, I'm just going to go out and do this.
My brother's making bank smashing watermelons. I think I could do it too and charge less.
Yeah, and it's like, you're doing your what, and there's not permission here? You're just basically stealing this whole thing?
The original is still alive. He's 71.
Let me see a picture of him.
Yeah.
Well, that picture he
does.
does.
Oh, yeah, that one he looks
Does
like.
he still have the hair?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see. He's losing a little bit of it.
That's an old picture.
Oh, he
of him.
always had it gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was always
the
a
ultimate skullet.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah, he had the ultimate skullet. Gallagher was, I actually found him very funny outside of the watermelon stuff. I thought he had some good jokes, but.
Oh, he was one of my
a long time
favorites
ago.
when I was a kid. But as a kid, I don't even remember any of his jokes. I just remember he was smashing things on stage, and I thought that was awesome.
I don't remember any of his jokes either, Steve.
Somebody saw Gallagher front row in Vegas. It was awesome.
Ah, Gallagher. That brings back good memories.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Keeping up with the flood of news every single day can be quite stressful. There is climate change happening. There's the pandemic, labor movements, Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. Hi, I am Gideon Resnick, host of Crooked Media's What a Day. Each week, Travelle Anderson, Priyanka Arabindi, Josie Duffy Rice, and I are going to break down the biggest news stories of the day in a way that hopefully doesn't always make you want to cry. New episodes of What a Day drop every weekday at 5 a.m. Eastern. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.